I burned the woods to find the beast. I blessed the sword and held the feast. The village cheered the righteous fire, but I saw ashes on the spire. I wore the light like heavy gold. I did exactly what was told, but in the dark the shadows creep and ask me questions in my sleep. Was I the shield or was I the blade? In the holy light a ghost was made. The line of white, the line of red, a crown of stars upon the dead. Is mercy lost in the grand design? Is this blue, cold silence mine? I saved the town, I broke the wall, but who was there to catch the fall? For every demon I sent to hell, a piece of my own spirit fell. Now I sit where the ale is bright, a prisoner of my own light. They toast my name with joyful breath, while I am shivering in death. Was I the shield or was I the blade? In the holy light a ghost was made. The line of white, the line of red, a crown of stars upon the dead. Is mercy lost in the grand design? Or is this blue, cold silence mine? Was made. The line of white, the line of red, a crown of stars upon the dead. Just an echo of a prayer, lost within the tavern air. pressed flat against my skin. I bowed my head at sunrise and called obedience a sin. The banner never trembled, the rules were carved in bone. I thought the path was holy, I never walked alone. But death took off the veil, and the colors started to bleed. Black and white were only names for what I chose to need. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Now it drags me in the dark. I called it truth, I called it light. Now I see the blurred out marks. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Turned to shackles in the dust. I served the code, I bled for vows. Now the vow is all that's left of us. I crossed the fields of ash, with my halo cracked and cold. Saw saints with empty faces, saw villains dressed in gold. The blade I raised for justice could not divide the gray. The hand that blessed my victories could bless a curse the same. And every prayer I offered rang like iron on the floor. The truth I tried to guard was a gate with no door. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Now it drags me in the dark. I called it truth, I called it light. Now I see the blurred out marks. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Turned to shackles in the dust. I served the code, I bled for vows. Now the vow is all that's left of us. If mercy has a shadow, then my hands have known it well. If evil wears my face, then heaven knows I fell. I was faithful to the end, that is the wound I cannot hide. A perfect life of kneeling, with the prison deep inside. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Now it drags me in the dark. I called it truth, I called it light. Now I see the blurred out marks. Golden chain around my neck, golden chain. Turned to shackles in the dust. I served the code, I bled for vows. Now the vow is all that's left of us. Let the chain fall through me, let the silence speak my name. I was made for blind devotion, now I haunt the shape of change. I stand by the rafters where the mugs get loud, hail on their collars and smoke in the crowd. Their boots on the floorboards, their songs out of tune. They laugh like they own it, I only borrow the room. The hearth throws its orange across my clear chest. It passes right through me like I was never addressed. I gave them my shield, I gave them the night. I kept back the blades and I paid with my life. Now every war member just slips through my bones, and all of their laughter still finds me alone. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I saved their peace and lost my own. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Warm hands below, cold seed above. She leans on the counter with flour on her wrist. A boy with a broken tooth keeps begging for a kiss. A drunk starts a trouble, then sings instead. A dog under table steals heel from the bread. I watch them like prayer beads. I count what they've got, the mess and the mercy, the whole stubborn lot. They burn and they heal in the same crooked breath. So why does my honor still taste like death? I knew the sharp steel, I knew what it cost, but here at the edge I can count what I lost. The fire keeps rising, the room stays alive, and I am the shadow that got them their lives. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I saved their peace and lost my own. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Warm hands below, cold seed above. If I step closer, do they feel my chill? If I call their names out, would the room go still? I wore their protection like iron on skin. Now I'm a clean blade that can't enter in. Yet look at them dancing, all ragged and true. They're broken, they're mortal, they're beautiful too. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I saved their peace and lost my own. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Warm hands below, cold seed above. Was it worth it? I don't know. The flame goes through me, but I still glow. bone, a wall of silver standing alone. I bought them time with my final breath. I bartered my soul in the house of death. The tide was black and the night was cold. I did it for stories yet to be told. But the stories are dusty, the ink has run dry. The heroes are buried beneath the gray sky. Does anyone whisper the name that I bore? Or am I just wood for the fire of war? Oh, the vanguard is silent, the shield is in rust. A ghost made of starlight, a heart made of dust. I save the tomorrow I'll never behold. A story of fire that's turned into cold. Was I a savior? Or just a tool? A saint in the light or a dying fool? Out to the wall of this inn, to touch the old eye and the metal of sin. My own coat of arms, now a relic of old, forgotten by buyers and never been sold. They drink to the peace that I carved with my sword, while I am the ghost they can never afford. They laugh in the warmth, they dance in the light, while I am the shadow that guards them at night. The vanguard is silent, the shield is in rust. A ghost made of starlight, a heart made of dust. I save the tomorrow I'll never behold. A story of fire that's turned into cold. Us gardens of eternal light, to pay for the blood we spilled in the fight. Go forth, holy soldier, the throne waits for you. Your heart must be iron, your aim must be true. I closed my eyes as the cold steel went in, waiting for heaven to let me begin. The gates never opened, the bells never rang. No angels of mercy, no chorus that sang. Just the smell of the pine and the smoke of the hearth. A spirit returned to the mud of the earth. Is there a throne in the sky so high, or just a blue silence for those who must die? I traded my life for a beautiful lie, a ghost in a tavern beneath a dark sky. Oh, the high throne is empty, the light was a spark, and now I am drifting alone in the dark. To the rafters where incense should rise, but only the soot meets my hollow blue eyes. The priest told us tales to make us go brave, to march with a smile to a nameless old grave. If heaven is real, then why am I here, still tasting the salt of 1,000-year tear? The law was a shadow, the light was a veil. Now I am a spirit who's telling the tale. Is there a throne in the sky so high, or just a blue silence for those who must die? I traded my life for a beautiful lie, a ghost in a tavern beneath a dark sky. Dark sky. Saint, like iron on my name. I stood so still, I wore the shape of blame. No anger in my mouth, no fear behind my eyes, no love to make me tremble, no truth I could disguise. I learned to kneel so clean, I learned to never shake, a perfect little symbol, a life I couldn't take. Now I drift back through the halls where my own praises rot. My hands reach for my breastplate, and it will answer not. Saint in chains, saint in chains, I kept the crown and lost my name. Saint in chains, saint in chains, now I can feel it and no one came. Try to unbuckle gold with hands of smoke and frost. The light still holds me tight as if even death has cost. My shield still hangs in the tavern, rust bloated, bent and scarred. I lift my ghostly fingers and meet a memory bar. I hear the old room laughing, I hear my boots on stone. I was a banner for the living, now I am grief alone. And every prayer they saved for me falls dead before the frame. I am the man they buried, with the saint still on his name. Saint in chains, saint in chains, I kept the crown and lost my name. Saint saint in chains. Now I can feel it, and no one came. I'd curse the shining light, I'd break my hands on truth, I'd let the whole world see me cry. But the door is shut behind me, the bench is empty now. I am finally human, in the one way no one vows. Saint in chains, I kept the crown and lost my name. Saint in chains, I feel regret and call it pain. Saint in chains, my hands reach out through dust and flame. Saint in chains, I'm human now, too late to say your name. A tale of glory and desire. He sings of how I held the gate and laughed into the face of fate. The crowd is cheering, raising ale to the hero of a golden tale. But I am sitting 2 feet away, and every word he has to say is just a lie wrapped in a rhyme to kill the boredom and the time. Oh, play me a requiem for the truth, for the blood of men and the wasted youth. They want the legend, they want the song, they don't want to know where the light went wrong. I am the silence behind the strings, the ghost of the choices that hollow power brings. My sword wasn't gold, it was stained and gray. I didn't smile as I cleared the way. The demons I slew had children and names, but heroes don't speak of the collateral flames. The bard hits a note so sweet and so high, while I am the echo of a forgotten cry. To the a night on the tapestry wall, but never look back at the cost of it all. Play me a requiem for the truth, for the blood of men and the wasted youth. They want the legend, they want the song, they don't want to know where the light went wrong. The light went wrong. Motes danced in the tavern light, just like they always did. Another slow afternoon, half drunk and quiet. Then the door swung wide, the peace got hit. Leather and steel, a rough-hewn crew, laughing too loud, pushing folk around. Spilled ale on the floor, a woman's shriek, a new hard sound. And I just watched from my corner chair, a ghost in the room, a memory thin. But something shifted, a cold hard stare from somewhere deep within. My oath, it didn't end with breath, no, it echoed on beyond the grave. This house, it needs a judge, a shield from death, a frozen hand to save. A shiver started, floorboards groaned, frost crept out, a silent tide towards their boots, the seeds they'd sown, nowhere left to hide. Their tankards froze, ale turned to stone, a gasp, a curse, a nervous laugh. Then I stood up, no longer alone, just a spectral path. Every night the door swings in, mud on boots and sin on skin. Laughter hides a loaded blade, coins and lies and debts unpaid. The room takes in the bitter air, old regrets are hanging there. I watch the shadows pool and crawl, like they've been waiting for us all. Then I place my hand to flame, speak the hush beneath my name. Darkness arises, dark to me, looking for a place to leave. Blue fire chapel, take it from the table, make the night turn gentle. Blue fire chapel, I burn what they can't handle, and leave them clean at dawn. It climbs the rafters, black and thin, spinning toward my hollowing skin, swirls into my glowing chest. Like every curse has found its nest, I hold it fast, I hold it tight, till every breath is purged of night. Then out it bursts in sparks so small, blue and harmless over all. No one sees the price I pay, I just wear the stain away. What was heavy, what was cruel, turns to light and falls like dew. Blue fire chapel, take it from the table, make the night turn gentle. Blue fire chapel, I burn what they can't handle, and leave them clean at dawn. Praise or grace, I keep my fire in one place. Let the liars come and rest, let the wounded lay their mess. If they wake and feel renewed, that is all I need from you. The shadow in my chest goes bright, and the room survives the night. Blue fire chapel, take it from the table, make the night turn gentle. Blue fire chapel, I burn what they can't handle, and leave them clean at dawn. The morning star begins to fade. Behind the walls the world has made. The fire is ash, the ale is gone. I face the coming of the dawn. I've stopped looking for the gates of gold in the stories that the liars told. I found my kingdom in this hall, between the hearth and the wooden wall. A simple chair, a patch of light is all I need to rule the night. I am the anchor, I am the guard, the silent sentinel, battered and scarred. The high throne is empty, but my watch is true. I'm the sovereign of shadows, watching over you. No longer a ghost, no longer a slave. I'm the king of the tavern, beyond the grave. Let empires fall and let kings turn to dust. My iron won't break and my spirit won't rust. When the sun hits the wood at a certain degree, this humble seat is a throne to me. I I'll stand for 1,000 years or more, the invisible king behind the door. The sky is silent, the heavens are cold, but here in the dark I am brave and bold. The watch is a gift, the duty is pride, with the power of winter burning inside. I am the anchor, I am the guard, the silent sentinel, battered and scarred. The high throne is empty, but my watch is true. I'm the sovereign of shadows, watching over you.